وقيل للذين اتقوا ماذا أنزل ربكم قالوا خيرا للذين أحسنوا في هذه الدنيا حسنة ولدار الآخرة خير ولنعم دار المتقين. Verse 30, and it will be said to those who feared Allah. So we are moving now to the opposite extreme. Those are who fear Allah. What did your Lord send down? They will be asked this question. Their answer will be khayra, good. For those who do good in this world is good, and the home of the hereafter is better. And how excellent is the home of the righteous. So it's the style of the Quran that whenever a group is mentioned, Allah completes the story by mentioning what happens to the other group. If the evil is discussed, it's often followed by discussion of the good. So in the previous verses, we have seen that the disbeliever, when they are asked what Allah has revealed, they will say asatirul awwalin. It's only fables and legends and mythology and all this kind of untrue statements out of mockery and disrespect to the words of Allah. Now when the same question is asked to those who fear Allah, their answer is very clear. They respect the Quran, they read the Quran, they read the revealed book of Allah, and they get amazed by its content, and they know that it is from the Almighty Lord, because all the verses, it makes sense, it's appealing to the heart and mind as well, and it offers solution for the eternal problems that man-made solution has already proved shortcomings. So they say that khayra, this is good, and they act upon it, and they end their life on that state, a state of being on the righteous path. They will get the recompense accordingly. But before reaching the day of judgment, usually what happens is that those believers who believe in the revelation and they attributed this revelation to Allah, and they said khayran, it's a good thing that we got. So they value the Quran and they respect the Quran, not only just the physical form or a seasonal recitation or just kissing the Quran and wrapping it up with valuable cloth and placing it in a very good place in the library. No, they act upon the Quran, they apply it in their life. Okay, if they do so, Allah usually recompense them and give them the pleasure in this world. لِلَّذِينَ أَحْسَنُوا فِي هَذِهِ الدُّنْيَا حَسَنًا. They will get some hasana, this reward in this world, in terms of the heart satisfaction, in terms of the spiritual pleasure that they get when they abide by the Quran in such a way that it's a sample of the bounty of the Akhirah. They will get it in this world. لِلَّذِينَ أَحْسَنُوا فِي هَذِهِ الدُّنْيَا حَسَنًا. And that sample really makes their heart be more forward looking for the real na'im and the real bounty which is on the day of recompense. وَلَدَارُ الْآخِرَةِ خَيْرٌ. What Allah has hidden for them as a gift and present on the day of judgment, it's something that no statement can describe and no mind can even imagine and no eye has seen it. Okay. So this is what happens to the people who were muttaqeen. وَلَا نِعْمَ دَارُ الْمُتَّقِينَ. Those people who has, through their action, placed a shield between themselves and the torment and the wrath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that shield is basically the Sharia. It is following the way that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam described to us. Consists of the whole entirety of this Islam, to the best possible effort by every individual, to the best of your ability. If you have that submission, if you knew that the Quran is the real thing, by applying your intelligence and intellectual ability, you reach to that conclusion, you start to follow this religion to the best of your ability, each one based on his own country, location, context, it might differ. If you were lucky enough to die on that state, then you must have already enjoyed a sample of the bounty of Akhirah in this world, and what is awaiting for you is far, far greater.